Greetings and welcome family. Thanks for stopping by for another episode of RoadTripJA, the heartbeat of Jamaica's roads. To navigate you through the experience is Dr. A, your excursion extraordinaire and guide. In this session, we'll be doing things a little different. However, it will be concerning the Southern Coastal Highway Improvement Project, SCHIP. We will actually be examining excerpts of the Prime Minister of Jamaica, the Most Honorable Andrew Holness' address at the groundbreaking ceremony for this said project in November 2019 and see if, almost 1 year later, things match up in August 2020. After which we will take a tour with the Prime Minister himself as he comments on work that is currently ongoing. If this interests you, stick around as we will return momentarily. Thanks for choosing to stay for the experience now that we are all here. If you have not yet subscribed to RoadTripJA, please feel free to do so and ensure that you turn your notification on to all so you will be notified on every occasion of release without exception. If our conversation added value or even a new perspective, please indicate by turning the like button blue. To have conversation with us, you can do so in the VIP section, the comments, and don't forget to share so others can become a part of the family. For added information and reference material, visit the description below. It's now that time again. It is time to get active. Indeed, we are here and we are going to do this. I know the Prime Minister personally and he is a relatively agreeable man. He encourages constructive criticism and as I can assure you, he will not have any challenges with the interpretation of the information that is in the public domain. In times past, we have shared worship space together alongside the Governor General of Jamaica among other dignitaries. Eventually, the Prime Minister will get around to watching this video. If he comments, agree or disagree with the commentary, you will be the first to know. Do enjoy this session of edification and entertainment. Let us take a listen to the Prime Minister himself.
Let me acknowledge my friend, Fenton Ferguson, whose rightful title is Member of Parliament for Eastern St. Thomas, but he's also sitting here representing the leader of the opposition. Minister without portfolio in the office of the Prime Minister, Minister Darren Vaz, representing the parish of Portland, and at the same time, having said that, let me also acknowledge his better half, the Member of Parliament for Eastern Portland, Anne-Marie Vaz.
I want you to hear what the Prime Minister just indicated to us. The Prime Minister just stated that though they are on opposing sides, Dr. Fenton Ferguson is his friend who represents the PNP, while Mr. Andrew Holness is a JLP. But I want you to hear what comes after. So yes, a very important notation to make is that he acknowledged both Darrell Vaz and Anne-Marie Vaz. One is for East Portland and one is for West Portland, so that is one family controlling all of Portland basically, and they are both JLP, the same party as the Prime Minister of Jamaica. However, this information will come in handy when we have our entertainment segment at the end. So the Prime Minister basically went on to say welcome introduction and acknowledgement of all the significant persons who were there, the China Harbour Company, the different members of Parliament, the different caretakers, and all those who have played an active part in ensuring that this work goes on. He also made mention of the media personalities who were there in general sense and acknowledged them for being present at this pivotal moment in history to record unfolding of these events.
Visionary, we have to be practical and scale our development to make them sustainable. In other words, what it is that the economy can carry within the next 10 years. And so we scale the development to what the economy of the Eastern parishes could carry.
The Prime Minister outlined that he wanted to ensure that there was equity in the tax burden. Remember that St. Thomas has one of the highest level of poverty rates in the island, and as such, he wants to ensure that the project that is currently ongoing, the St. Thomas residents are in a position to bear all those taxes, which means taxation will be imposed upon the people. Not in its current form, but more tax in order to generate revenue to meet the future costs that the road will incur, not to mention maintenance. The Prime Minister made mention that he did not want to have to spread the tax burden throughout the other affluent areas in the country. He wanted people of St. Thomas, St. Andrew, and Portland, who are the beneficiary of this road network, to bear the burden of the taxation. But if the people within those areas cannot pay, inevitably the people in the general population of Jamaica, the visitors, the tourists, those individuals, those entities will have to cover the remaining percentage.
So the strategy is to bring the road closer to the people so that the people can benefit from the road. That is the strategy. Bring more communities from further distances that could find it much more easier to come to Portland or come to Yalas or anywhere in the eastern part of the island. All about being strategic.
Yes, so the Prime Minister indicated his mantra, it's all about being strategic. So everything that is going to come upon us was already by design. It is a strategy, and we have to understand that when the politician speaks, we need to listen, because things as you may interpret it may not be what is brought to fruition. But this strategic alignment is important for us to have the road network that we so desire in the eastern parish of Jamaica. But I was glad that he was open and honest about his true intention, even though many persons will not understand his final destination until it is actually too late. But I have to give credit to the Prime Minister for his strategic alignment, and also credit should go to the advisors that he has, because personally speaking, I would advise him in a similar or like manner with a few modifications for exclusive open transparency.
It calls for a joint venture arrangement, and I'm sorry to have to do this, but because it is raised. The project calls for a joint venture arrangement between the Factories Corporation and the China Harbour Engineering Company. The arrangement is such that it is an investment project. It is China Harbour, by virtue of the agreement, that has responsibility to bring the financing to the project. Let me be clear that this is an imperative. If it isn't done by China Harbour, we will have to find somebody else to do it. I want that to be clearly understood, that it is an imperative for the development of the parish. Why? Because I can't spend $200 million on a road that is just going to drive through the parish. I have to start to mobilize investments so that people have places to come, things to see, and things to do in the parish. So I want the people to understand that there is a symbiotic relationship between the road and the development. And it is not just that development alone. You also mentioned, Fenton, the draft tourism development policy for the parish, something that I asked the Minister of Tourism to do.
The Prime Minister is indicating to us that he cannot go out and spend this exorbitant sum on a road that only runs through a parish without any form of economic development. Hence, he is using this medium to inform the populace that economic transformation is coming for the eastern end of the island, which means he is looking at turning it into a tourist destination, a hotspot, a nature reserve, a hiking trail. He has so much ideas, but majority of the population has not yet seen his vision. I am seeing glimpses of those visions, and those visions, I tell you, if they are allowed to come to fruition, we will be living in a state of paradise and wealth, as both people of Jamaica and people who are from other nations who will come into the island and share in its phenomenal delights.
So our national development plan articulates a vision of Jamaica as the place of choice to live, work, raise families, and do business. Today, I envision St. Thomas as that place of choice. St. Thomas will become the place of choice in Jamaica to live, work, raise your family, do business, and retire in paradise.
Time is money, efficiency is life, indeed. Indeed, time can be equated to money, which Jamaica seems not to have enough of, which means we're running out of time. Efficiency is life. We are living freely to a degree. However, are we living efficiently? Do we have this kind of life? Let's see what the future holds for Jamaica. This project in its current form is one of pivotal importance in the development of St. Thomas and the eastern parishes, St. Andrew and Portland included. And as such, we are expecting that if everything goes according to plan, will become the Saudi Arabia of the Caribbean, the Singapore of Asia, and the paradise of the Caribbean. I really hope that things manifest as how they have been planned, as the future looks bright for Jamaica, even though the politicians on many accounts cannot be trusted at their word. But we are going to give our dearly beloved Prime Minister Andrew Holness the benefit of the doubt that he is a man of integrity and he will be responsible for the words that he has uttered, even though there are some words which he uttered that have already fallen short. But we have to give it to him. We're going to forgive all of that, and we're going to start a fresh page for our dear Prime Minister as he continues to see and oversee the project. And we're going to ask that his advisor continue to advise him in strategically aligning us as a country of Jamaica towards a first world caliber, because indeed we are actually a first world country already, but it's just that we have not yet accepted the status. It's about time Jamaica accepts the status. If there is ever a time Jamaica needs to accept the status, it is now. Let us continue on this journey of the Southern Coastal Highway Improvement Project, SCHIP, as this will align us for the future.
Let me delve a little bit deeper into that. Whenever we have these major infrastructure projects, people see them as opportunity. Not necessarily opportunity for the people, but they see it as opportunity for themselves. Works delayed, work done sub-quality, substandard, extortion, overruns. It's not going to happen here. Let me just be very blunt. The government will not stand by and allow this national project to be in any way captured by thugs, criminals, and dons. Project is not for fattening your pockets. This project is to help the people of St. Thomas come out of 100 years of neglect. This project will be put under the highest level of scrutiny. This project will be put under the highest level of scrutiny. Because we know the stories, and Jamaican people are tired of it. Tired of it.
Because only a selected few are in a position to capitalize on the majority of the financial opportunities available from this project. Others will have to wait until the project is completed before they can receive the benefits of this project. Work being done subpar or sub-quality. At this time, currently, we have no evidence to confirm this occurrence. In my humble opinion, I don't think the work being done substandard or sub-quality would be of any benefit to anyone. However, if there are breaches noted, provision should be in place to find those entities and they also should be the ones paying for the redoing of the work that they had already done. The work should also not be done by the defaulting party but another entity. The Prime Minister said that the government will not allow a national project to be captured by thugs, criminals. We had an extortion threat recently which caused work to be halted, the police to start an investigation and came up empty allegedly, and at the end of the investigation they came up empty-handedly. Work resumed and we have not heard anything about that story since. Hopefully the matter was resolved amicably and no compensation was tendered to the extortionist group as the media article suggested. If you want more details on that, you can watch the suggested video above. This project is not to fatten everyone's pocket, only a selected few. We do agree with the Prime Minister. I don't mind the project being put under a high level of scrutiny, as long as it does not interfere with the work and the timeline. We also would greatly appreciate a thorough investigation of any breaches by the government entities by a non-governmental body for the said breaches. We cannot have a situation where we have the government investigating themselves. Where would be the justice in that? In relation to overrun, we have already failed in that regards. And also we have been told to expect more overruns. The PNP wanted to do the project for $500 million US. The JLP said that we can modify the project and do it for $384 million. In 2017, it was agreed. In 2018, we agreed. In 2019, that was the price on the board. We were so elated. However, in 2021, we realized that hey, this project will not be done for the agreed $384 million. We would have now find another $134 million. And based on the mathematical calculation, this has taken us to $518 million, which is in excess of what the PNP wanted to do the project for. So you see, I think that we have been placed in a strategic position now to maximize the opportunities that are now present. If you know, you know. We will not labor too much on this. What we will do is schedule a meeting with the Prime Minister to have him offer some clarity on the statement and the shortfalls. Now let us head over to Portland, in which the Prime Minister was touring the SCHIP project, Southern Coastal Highway Improvement Project, currently underway. And this footage comes to us from the government of Jamaica. I want you to also, while the video is being played, look out for the call from Anne-Marie Vaz to Darrell Vaz and see how quickly he responded in answering. Enjoy the video and have a good laugh as you are entertained by the Prime Minister himself and the members of Parliament from Portland. This is indeed where we have to put a pause on our recap and review of developments concerning the Southern Coastal Highway Improvement Project. The saga will continue, and there are more revelations and changes that are to come that you may not have known occurred. However, here at RoadTripJA, the heartbeat of Jamaica's road, it is our duty to keep you in the know. Until next time, when we have our next major news about this project, you will be the first to know, and I'm sure you don't want to miss it. But for now, walk, drive, and fly good. This is Dr. A, your excursion extraordinaire, signing out from RoadTripJA. Peace, love, respect.